Royal Rumble is on the horizon.
Yes.
Who do you think's going to win the men's Royal Rumble? And who do you think's going to win the women's Royal Rumble? Because it could go
Oh,
so many different ways.
oh man. It's WrestleMania season, baby. And whether or not you're a part of the WWE as a fan, you know what this time of the year feels like, right? Especially with the Royal Rumble. When it comes to the Rumble, I think it's totally dependent on whether or not Rock can perform at SoFi. If Rock can be there, I see him as a shoe-in for the Rumble. I mean, they just dropped Rock merchandise on WWE.com, and that's usually not a coincidence. Also, I was surprised because I wanted to say Cody Rhodes originally, and that's probably my favorite to win because there's two nights of Mania. Maybe Cody Rhodes because Rock doesn't need a Royal Rumble win to get a title match. He could just walk and have a title match,
Right.
right?
Yes.
So maybe Cody Rhodes, but they kind of spoiled his surprise entrance, on Monday Night Raw. So that kind of surprised me a little bit. But maybe they've got other surprises that they have up their sleeves that could shock us even more. What's your pick? What's your pick? Sami Zayn, huh? You're a Sami Zayn guy, I can tell.
I am a Sami Zayn guy, but at the same time, I think that I think we're in the Batista Triple H 2005 era where we're in this evolution where we're like, okay, like it's gonna happen, but when do you choose to make it happen? And we're all gonna accept
Mhm.
it, but we're all wondering, is it Sami Zayn turning on Roman Reigns? Is it Roman Reigns turning on Sami Zayn? And before it was Batista, obviously, is going to turn on Triple H and become a good guy. This time around, it's like,
Right.
I don't know. I don't know. And so I think Sami Zayn win the Royal Rumble is no. If it's not, if it's not Rock, like it'd be really weird to have Cody Rhodes in it and not win. And
Right.
because sometimes it's very obvious who's going to win, and I'm fine with very
Mhm.
obvious because it's like, okay, well, this all makes sense. It's a storyline. We're trying to build a story. This guy beat 29 other people, and now he's going to main event WrestleMania. He came back from an injury. Great story.
Sure.
But the better thing is, I don't know if Vince McMahon is really in charge at this point right now, but he would be like, oh, everyone thinks Cody Rhodes is going to win. Well, he's going to be the last person and get tossed out by fucking, like one half of the Viking Raiders. And he'd be like, you piece of shit.
Guaranteed.
Why would you do this? Because you didn't see it coming. Like, oh my God, who cares? You don't do a bad ending because no one saw it coming.
That's guaranteed. It's like I love Randy Orton to death, and he's been out on injury, and so that would be like the Vince move would be like, okay, well let's put Rhodes in at 30, the big surprise entrant, put Orton in at 29. When they both meet in the ring, just bop bop bop, duck one, eliminate
Yeah.
Cody Rhodes, and it's down to like two people is not going to win, and then one person that's like, okay, obviously,
Right.
yeah,
Yes, of
yeah,
course. And I think that's what's so funny too about those Royal Rumbles. I love Royal Rumble because it's like it just brings back like nostalgia to you, I guess. It's like Christmas time.
yes,
Um, and then though you're like, okay, let's look at these 30 people. Uh, maybe four have a chance out of the but yeah,
right. You're all looking at the champion, and everyone's like, okay, well, who's going to fight Roman because he's not going to lose it at elimination chamber.
yes.
But you never know. I mean, maybe, but I don't see it. I really agree with you. I think Cody's probably the shoe in. If Rock enters, then yeah, he's going to take the cake. And then we'll probably see Cody and Roman night one, and maybe Rock and Roman night
Yeah.
two. We'll see.
That'd be nice. That'd be very nice. I think for the women though, it's a little difficult because it feels like no
Mm,
one has momentum right now. Like Rhea
yes.
Ripley, but she barely wrestles. Becky Lynch and Bailey because they're just big stars. But everybody else kind of, I feel like is just. I don't really have like a clear cut winner unless like Asuka returns out of the blue and wins.
I'm right there with you. Not to gloss over the women's Royal Rumble, but it's for a reason that no one really has that momentum right now. So it's really hard for me to nail down a pick. I mean, you're talking about some people that have won in the past. I mean, Oscar Bailey or Oscar, Becky Lynch and things like that. So are they going to give it to them again? Maybe, maybe not. Rhea, I know would be a great pick. I would love to see her. I'm a big fan of Rhea Ripley.
Yeah.
But like you said, it's a toss up for the women's rumble. I really don't think I could nail down anybody because as you mentioned, Rhea's not even really wrestling that much anymore. Even though she's kind of featured in a lot of the programs with Dominic and everything.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. So either way, people are gonna probably be no matter what upset.
Yeah, so that's going to be the good one to watch then. The women's is actually going to be better than the men's because you and I are both like, yeah, there's whatever's going to win, but the women's nobody knows, so that's a true rumble.
True, true. But that's like going to like dinner and you're like, I'm really hungry, and but I don't know what's gonna be there to eat. And I will eat something, but I won't be satisfied with that meal. I will be full, but I will not be satisfied. And I feel like this is going to be the case with the women, unless in the next like week they figure it out. Either way, I will be there live in Texas in the crowd,
Oh, nice.
enjoying Royal
Okay.
Rumble. So I will be there videotaping my reaction of, really?
Huh? You're gonna send that to Jordan Clearwater. See, I told you, brother. I told you it was gonna be this.
Yeah, it's gonna be Santina. Yes, Santino's
Yes.
beautiful
Please
sister.
bring her on back. She can technically come back under WWE because Santino signed with Impact,
This is
not
true.
Santina.
This is true.
This is very true.
I think the lawyers might get involved with that a little bit. DNA testing might be involved.